Hi guys, welcome to my channel Beauty Life with Tena. Today we will talk about very rare car, and this is Lamborghini Miura.
We'll go over some of the highlights of a very long-term restoration of the 69 Italian supercar. This story, we'll pick it up on what I would call part 2 of the restoration. It originally went into the shop in about the year 2000, but I had to pull it out again after a while because I ran out of funds. So we'll pick it up on its second journey into the restoration shop for what hopefully will be its final trip there, and a very long-term restoration, as you'll see. The car spent 10 years after the first round collecting dust. On February of 2021, we loaded it up on a trailer and happily took it back in to complete the restoration.
Do you believing it's finally going?
Believing. Seeing is believing most of the time. Here we are dropping it off at the restoration facility where we're going to leave it for a few years. You'll see some of the progress along the way to restart the restoration.
Lamborghini Miura is considered to be the most beautiful car ever made. Now I will show you what was done during this restoration, including paint, electrical, tires and more. Can you believe the whole lower inch of the car was rusted out? The car had to be flipped on its back so the lower part of the chassis could be cut away and replaced with new metal. Now it is strong and clean and ready for restoration part 2. All the floor panels are new. Here is where the transverse with valve engine will go. All this place is for the engine and transmission. Roof might look unappealing, but it's fine and ready for a new headliner. Trunk will be relined and can hold 2 sets of golf clubs.
Here is the smiley face, a happy car waiting to be restored.
Now let's see the 6-year project and what was done during this time. Car was all cleaned up and prepared for paint. Now let's talk about fun part, paint selection. The goal was to match the color found under the windshield rubber, wheel wells and inside the doors. Also there was an historical photograph for reference. We looked through a lot of color chips and did a lot of spray outs. It was a lot of work, but finally we get the right color. The restoration included fixing up all the wiring. Let's see what Chris is doing here.
This 50-year-old wiring harness had had some corrections before, and you can see the wrong kind of connectors here with bad joints. So all of this had to be replaced. I also put new sheathing on the cables, made sure all the ends were cleaned up, and had good strong connections everywhere. I replaced the old Japanese-style connectors with these correct Italian-style connectors. This is a detail that no one will ever see, but it's nice to do the restoration correctly. This is the headliner switch assembly for the P400 Miura. If the wire ends were good, they were dipped in some vinegar to clean off the corrosion. Here you can see the spaghetti wiring harness behind me as I clean it up.
There's still a lot to do, but let's look at upholstery. The original vinyl dash material isn't available, so we selected a nice leather instead. The rest of the interior was done in tan leather. Carpet is not done yet.
Here's one of the seats and the 2 headrests which were fabricated from scratch. The Miura seats are simple bucket seats with no adjustment. They are light and deep and provide good lateral support. With only a week left to go before Pebble Beach, I'm pretty anxious because the interior is not installed yet. From seat, let's move to the dashboard. Here's the part of the dashboard that goes in front of the passenger. This will have 3 rotating air vents in it to blow some air out. And here we have the driver's part, which will house the big speedometer and tachometer with a small turn signal indicator in between. These dash pieces will be installed very soon, but for now we'll just leave them here for the installer.
Remember the roof? Now the headliner is installed with air vents, lights, overhead console and sun visors. And that empty grey trunk has been relined with new panels. In Miura S, the sides of the trunk are opened.
Here we have the new door liners for an S, which don't have winder cranks on them. The speedometer on the left and the tach on the right. Tach goes to 10,000 RPM. In front of the passenger, you see the air vents with the controls, and the center cluster of gauges is missing, but that'll be installed shortly. Ready to be installed, we have the air filter covers, the expansion tank for the radiator, and these exhaust manifolds. The short ones go on the back of the engine, and these long ones go on the front side of the engine.
Wheels were painted gold and returned to the original silver.
Here's the car in the shop, waiting for the interior and engine. Here's the heart of the car, Lamborghini's transverse V12 engine block, just back from being re-sleeved. This 4-liter block is really a marvel of casting. It has both the engine and the transmission in a single unit, inspired by the British Mini engine. Right now, the engine is sitting upside down. This is where the crankshaft will go. This is the clutch end of the block, and you can see the brand new connecting rods there. You may be able to see the 4 holes welded up that separate the engine from the transmission oil.
Now let's see how the engine is coming along.
Here you can see the new pistons are installed, the differential is assembled, and this is the clutch end, ready for the clutch assembly to go on.
One day it will need gasoline, here is where it goes. Do you like this car? Could you wait more than 40 years to make your dream come true? Leave a comment below. Part 3 is coming soon. You will see engine installation, upholstery, and hopefully car in Pebble Beach.
We'll see how it goes. It should be finished this year. We're in 2026, and hopefully this will be ready by the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance weekend, Monterey Car Week in August. So that's the goal.
Alright guys, stay with us for the rest of the story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you on the next video. Bye for now.